Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
Introducing a revolutionary new way to bank and borrow.
Hello, I'm Deanna, your Video Advisor Network Associate, Vanna. Whatever field you're in, no matter how busy you are, we can connect face-to-face to help you meet your financial goals. Just tap and go.
Well, this is amazing.
By the way, what's the calf's name?
It's Vanna.
Vanna from American Heritage brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology. Come join American Heritage Credit Union today.
Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. I'm Melanie Falcon, and I'm happy to be serving once again as your host for today's show. We'll be here until 6 o'clock tonight, and we hope that you'll stay with us throughout the duration of our show as we hear inspirational stories of hope, enjoy local entertainment, and learn about some of Penn Foundation's strategic partnerships. Joining me now is Wayne McGrower, the president of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. Wayne, thank you so much for joining us again today.
Melanie, thank you so much. We are so grateful that you're hosting again, and we thank WFMZ and our volunteers and our staff for making this day possible.
Absolutely. Certainly a big day for you guys. Now, I remember last year was your 65th anniversary for the Penn Foundation, and this year's year number 66. And we're going to focus all about the power of partnerships. So what do partnerships mean to the St. Luke's Penn Foundation?
Well, partnerships really have been everything for us for all of our 66 years. As we talked about it last year, I had the privilege of working at Penn Foundation some 40 years ago. I was hired by the founding medical director. And one of the things that he shared with me and always inspired me with was he talked about the caring community. And he talked about the future success of Penn Foundation. I'm not sure he could have envisioned what we do now, but he had a vision. And the vision was that we would measure our success by our partnerships. And he felt that a caring community would be key to our ability to do our work. And by that he meant making connections with the church community, the primary and secondary healthcare community, with the business community, with other social service agencies. Long before it was a coined phrase, he understood it took a village.
Absolutely. And speaking of a village, your village got even larger this year. In addition to the incredible partners you've had throughout the years, this past July, the agency joined St. Luke's University Health Network. So you might have noticed the name change is now St. Luke's Penn Foundation. How important has this new partnership been for you guys?
Oh my goodness, it's what a privilege. St. Luke's University Health Network is a world-class health system. Their interest and their support for the development of behavioral health services and building upon what they're currently doing and what we're doing and bringing those things together in an integrated way, it really is a dream come true. I am so grateful, we are so grateful to their board, to their leadership, for our board and leadership for making this happen. Getting back to Dr. Laux, the belief always was that behavioral health, in order to be meaningful, had to be considered to be part of physical medicine. This gives us an ability, we call it integrated care, but this gives us an ability to integrate what we do in behavioral health and substance use disorders with all of the services, all of the physical health services that St. Luke's offers. What a remarkable opportunity for this community.
Absolutely. We'll certainly expand your reach. That is just an incredible thing. And as you mentioned, your founder, it's just incredible to see his vision for what all this could be today. And that was formed 66 years ago. Just remarkable. So let's now take a look at a short video that gives more insight into the partnership and what St. Luke's Penn Foundation will do together to serve the behavioral health needs of our community.
There's a part of the community sometimes that people don't see. And there are people that struggle with emotional issues or mental health issues or addiction issues. And Penn Foundation says, let us help you. I have the highest hopes that St. Luke's and Penn Foundation working together can do only fantastic things.
The Penn Foundation has been focused on progressive care in these areas for 65 years. Joining St. Luke's is just perfect because we get the benefit of all those years of experience molding it with the nationally recognized care delivered by St. Luke's. So it's just a natural merger.
Behavioral health, I believe, completes our picture of acute care and the wellness and wholeness of every individual.
Our relationship with St. Luke's gives us the ability to really forge a connection between behavioral health and the general medicine, the primary and secondary care that they provide.
With the addition of Penn Foundation, we now have the critical mass to be the largest provider of this type of care in Eastern Pennsylvania.
Penn Foundation is an organization that believes in quality, compassion, and they're very, very effective at mixing the two to provide the outstanding care to all of their patients. And we want to make that part of us, and hopefully they want to make us part of what they do.
They see a need that what they do is not enough, what we do is not enough, but together we can help every person at every level of their need.
St. Luke's and Penn Foundation share values, we share a sense of mission, we share a dedication to excellence, and we both had remarkable support that's come from our respective communities. I think it's going to be a remarkable relationship.
And one of the individuals featured in the video is here with me now, Dorothy Week-Haynes. She is the board chair of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. Welcome, Dot. Thanks for being here.
Thanks very much, Melanie. It's great to be here. Like Wayne said, thank you so much for all WFMZ is doing for us with this tonight.
Absolutely. We're proud to partner with you guys to help you out with this. And after watching that video, it's really evident that the St. Luke's Penn Foundation partnership will contribute significantly to the overall health and well-being of our entire community. With so many partners and various relationships with other hospitals that Penn Foundation has, tell us what led the board to choose to partner with St. Luke's.
As has been highlighted, Penn Foundation is a community-based behavioral health where we have focused on helping people in the community, so that when we were looking for an opportunity to partner with someone for our services, we started talking to St. Luke's, and we were refreshed and delighted to learn that they had a real, behavioral health was a large element of what they did. St. Luke's has over 170 inpatient beds now, and they just opened their first, a level 4 medical detox unit. Wow. It showed that St. Luke's recognizes that behavioral health is a need that is out there. Whether you realize it or not, as we said in that video, people have needs for behavioral health, substance abuse, treatment. So that when we were looking at this, we said, here are people that share our values. And we said, between what we do and what they do, what a fantastic opportunity to work together and meet people where they need.
Absolutely.
Where they are.
Yeah, and St. Luke's is just a huge organization
yes,
in our community
are.
and our region. Talk a little bit now about how large their network is.
What a privilege to work with St. Luke's. They are in the top 15 health networks in the country. So to say they wanted to meet with us and work with us and say, this is our opportunity to do something to help the community, our community, the Lehigh Valley community. They have 12 hospitals in the area and over 300 outpatient sites. So that to say what we do with our outpatient services and what they do with inpatient, what a tremendous opportunity to work together.
Absolutely. And of course, fundraising is a huge thing for behavioral health.
It is indeed.
And that is exactly why we are here today. We just heard a phone ring. I'm going to get to that in just a second, because the Hope-A-Thon is your largest fundraiser of the year.
Yes, it is.
And as we raise money throughout the show, tell us, Dot, where will the donations go?
All donations that come in through this and that come into Penn Foundation are used to help us work with our 25 programs. We have 25 different programs that are used. People may not realize that while there's various levels of funding, they're never funded at the level that we need them to be. So every dollar that is raised helps us meet that need.
Absolutely. And speaking of that need, has that need changed at all since partnering with St. Luke's? Some people might think, okay, big hospital, do they come with big money, or do you still have a huge need for funds?
There is a need for funds regardless. Behavioral health is such a crucial, crucial need that every dollar is needed to support what we do, expand what we do, and to help people live the best life that they can.
Absolutely. And I know some money has already been raised today for our Hope-A-Thon. Talk to us a little bit about how much has been raised so far in advance of tonight.
Yes, not including the current bids that are going on at the moment. We have raised $104,000 so far today. Thanks so much to our generous community and all of our supporters. Through tonight, through our callers and through the online auction, we are hoping to raise another $46,000.
All right, that would be a total of $150,000 that we can raise right here tonight.
That is correct.
All right, absolutely amazing, Dorothy. Thank you so much. All right, well, tonight we need to make sure that we do all we can to help keep that support coming. There are multiple ways that you can get involved and help make the Autumn Hope-A-Thon a success. Anytime throughout our broadcast, you can call, here's the number, 610-841-4441 with your donation. It'll make those phones ring right over there. Love hearing that sound. St. Luke's Penn Foundation staff and Autumn Hope-A-Thon volunteers are here live in the studio, and they are ready to connect with you. They'll be taking your calls and help you make a gift that will instill hope in someone who's in need of mental health or substance use treatment. Now you can also bid on the auction items online. We've got a silent auction there, and there are more than 50 items that have been donated by local businesses. There really is something for everyone. I was checking them out earlier today. There's different dining packages, overnight experiences, gift baskets, bikes, tickets to outdoor and cultural experiences, and more. So to see all of those items, go to pennfoundation.org. There you can view and bid on all of the items, and the auction does close tonight at 5:45 p.m. So you still have more than an hour and a half to get those bids in and check out all those wonderful items. And there is so much to cover in the next 2 hours, but I can promise our viewers that they're in for an inspiring, educational, and entertaining event. So thank you for joining us as we come together to support St. Luke's Penn Foundation and the vital mental health and substance use disorder services they provide to our community. Now, as you take a minute to call with your donation or go to pennfoundation.org to check out the auction, we would like to share with you a special performance by Carol Walker. Carol is a nationally recognized mountain dulcimer from New Jersey. She's traveled the country leading workshops and performing. So now playing Milking Song, which is a traditional Irish tune from the Isle of Man, here's Carol Walker on the mountain dulcimer. Oh, that was beautiful. Carol certainly has a very calming effect with her performance, and she is very talented. So in addition to mastering the mountain dulcimer, she also plays the harp, piano, bass, and melodica. Carol actually came recommended by one of the Hope-A-Thon committee volunteers. So joining me now in the studio is the Hope-A-Thon committee chair, Dale Westwood. Dale, welcome back this year.
Thank you, Melanie, and we're thrilled. I'll share Dot and Wayne's sentiment. We're so thrilled that you're willing to host again for us.
Oh, well, I was certainly honored and flattered that you guys asked me back. A lot of planning goes into this event. It is a live 2-hour event. You're raising 6 figures worth of money. You've got tons of auction items, just a lot going on. How do you get everything done, Dale?
Well, we have an amazing group of volunteers that work all year round, contacting businesses, getting the auction items, also using their creativity to come up with ideas to make it successful. And we have some of our volunteers answering the phone right now, and an amazing team of community members. I think we just showed
a few of them. I love that.
Yeah, that was our last meeting. That was our last meeting, and they're really an amazing group and dedicated, and we work very well together. We were really hoping this year to offer in person, but we just felt it wasn't safe. So we're thrilled that we have this opportunity of this broadcast to not only raise money, but to educate the public on all the services we offer. And yeah, and great job over there.
Yeah, I know. I hear them hard at work on the phone, which is wonderful. And another thing that you guys really worked hard on was getting sponsors. So are there some sponsors that you'd like to thank today?
Yes, there are. The first is first I want to say though, that it's our caring community that makes this all happen. And our presenting sponsor, again this year, is American Heritage. And they have been a tremendous partner with us. They are a huge supporter of our camp that benefits children who have substance abuse in their family. And it's called Camp Crossroads. Very successful, and they're huge supporters. I'd also want to thank our partner in Hope sponsors, Berge Dealership, Univest Financial, and WFMZ. All 3 of you returning for the 2nd year, and a new sponsor, Faith Christian Academy. So we really want to thank these businesses for their continued support.
Absolutely, it is wonderful for them to be supporting you guys. I also heard that we had a pretty amazing donation opportunity just come in. Tell us about this.
Yes, Tina Luce, who is a member of the Hope-A-Thon committee and a generous supporter, has donated $5,000 match contribution. So, and Tina wants to encourage everybody to call and get that match up to the $5,000. It will be matched dollar for dollar. So,
okay, up to that $5,000 mark. Absolutely incredible and generous of her.
Yes.
So definitely call now, and let's remind all of our viewers the number to call, which is up on your screen right now. You can call it at 610-841-4441. I hear some people want that match, Dale. That's wonderful. And remember, any support that you can offer will make a huge difference. Again, the number is 610-841-4441. And right now, your donation will be doubled thanks to Tina's generosity. So as you call, let's take a quick break to hear from some of our Partner in Hope sponsors.
Before I found Berge's, it was dealership to dealership, getting the typical, wait, let me go ask my boss, let's see what we can do. Stumbled across Berge's. The first time, it was awesome. It was very relaxing. I didn't feel any pressure.
I was very comfortable, very satisfied, and very happy with the service that I received and the quality vehicle that I got for the best price in the area.
My family has bought 15 cars from Berge's, and we have never had a problem. And that's not a lie.
Yeah. No, that's the truth, though. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
We live here, so we know what stories matter most to you.
We live here, and we know that when severe weather is coming, you need to be prepared.
Our reporters cover your local news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And with cutting-edge technology at our fingertips, the 69 News Storm Center team keeps you informed on 69 News and everywhere you go on WFMZ.com and our family of apps.
We live here, we forecast here.
We live here, we report here.
69 News. Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
For over 70 years, American Heritage Associates have been bringing personalized financial solutions to our members. I'm proud to introduce our newest associate, Vanna.
I'm Paige, your Vanna video advisor. We can connect face-to-face, wherever you are, no matter how busy you are, for a revolutionary way to achieve your financial goals. How can I help you today?
Vanna brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology, banking and borrowing your way. Join American Heritage today.
St. Luke's Penn Foundation has relied on its caring community of supporters and donors to help manifest its mission. Through the generosity of individuals, businesses, and grant-making organizations like the VNA Foundation of Greater North Penn, St. Luke's Penn Foundation has been able to create and deliver truly innovative behavioral health programs throughout the region. We had a chance to talk with the VNA's Executive Director, Diana Doherty, about the natural partnership they have with St. Luke's Penn Foundation. So let's listen as she shares why it's so important to the overall health of our community to provide funding to ensure mental health and substance use treatment services are available to our neighbors in need.
The VNA Foundation of Greater North Penn is a private grant-making foundation that is dedicated to improving the health and well-being of all citizens and people in the Greater North Penn region. Mental health and addiction are so critical in our community, and we recognized early on at the VNA Foundation that a provider like Penn Foundation had been doing this for decades. Penn Foundation has such a broad reach and is able to meet the needs of hundreds, if not thousands, of people right there in the North Penn region, that for the VNA Foundation, the natural partnership just presented itself very obviously, and we're really thrilled that it did. One of our earliest partnership opportunities with Penn Foundation was that the VNA Foundation funded a prevention program. What we find is that prevention is difficult to measure, but it's worthwhile to undertake. And we really saw that Penn Foundation, through this project, was able to measure a lot of the impact that they were having in changing people's level of awareness and recognition of the importance of being vigilant about their mental health and about substance use in their homes or in their communities. And what we found was during the pandemic year and the COVID crisis, we saw mental health and addiction spiking in our communities. One thing that we saw was the struggle that a lot of people had for the first time with mental health or substance use during the COVID pandemic, and how from children up all the way through seniors, we were seeing people unfamiliar with what these symptoms were and what the treatment options were. And we really wanted partners like Penn Foundation to be there as those anchors in the community that could help show them a path to wellness. I think what we learned in 2020 and now in 2021 is that behavioral health, mental health, addiction services are at an all-time high in terms of the need and the demand. What we see at the VNA Foundation is the effects of those crises hitting food banks, homeless services, domestic abuse shelters, all sorts of other providers in our region. But we know that at the nexus of all of that is a service like Penn Foundation delivers. Penn Foundation has the treatment and the expertise to be able to work with people where they are, and we know that that's going to be completely essential in the coming year, the coming years, and we know at VNA Foundation that we can rely on them as a partner to work through whatever's coming next and help our community thrive.
And Diana's passion for partnering with providers in the community to positively impact the lives of others truly is inspiring. With me in the studio now to help us learn more about some of the unique programs made possible by the VNA Foundation of Greater North Penn is Wayne McGrower, president of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. Thank you for joining me again.
Thank you.
All right, talk to me a little bit about what you guys do in your partnership with VNA.
Well, VNA has been a tremendous partner. Not only for us, but for many other organizations throughout the community. Specifically, most recently, and Diana said it very, very well, They stepped up and partnered with us to develop a kinship program, recognizing the fact that there are 100,000 children being raised by grandparents throughout Pennsylvania alone. And we recognize the need for the support, the need to provide support for those grandparents who are parenting young children, because in many cases their adult parents have drug and alcohol issues. So they stepped up and funded a program for us to work with that community, with that cohort, to develop those services. Similarly, you know, they have always felt that Penn Foundation and organizations like ours are important, and they provided a planning grant for us to do some of the work that we had to do as a board and as a senior leadership team to evaluate our potential merger and ultimately our merger with St. Luke's.
Absolutely. And talk to me a little bit about prevention. Prevention is key for so many of the things that you treat and people that you work with.
Well, I think prevention is everything in healthcare. And in physical healthcare, we certainly understand it. Right. We think about it all the time, and we know that during COVID, during this pandemic, many people have put off or delayed some of their basic physical healthcare screenings. As Diana said, I think this has been an eye-opener for many people, in that they have experienced behavioral health care issues in their families, with their employees, among their circle of friends, and also substance use disorder issues in a way perhaps they never did. One of the things that we have really learned, Melanie, is as professionals in this field over the course of the last year and a half, we've really learned and understood what it means to be isolated, what it means to not have voice, what it means to experience some of the things that many of our clients and consumers and families experience every day.
Absolutely. We talked about this a lot last year. We were really in the thick of the pandemic last year at this time. We were still very much isolated. Now people are starting to get out into the community, but the crisis from this pandemic, mental health-wise, is still far from over. What are you guys seeing today, a year later from last year's Hope-A-Thon?
Well, the need for the services that we offer is increasing exponentially. In fact, this week, within the last 48 hours, the American Academy of Pediatrics declared a mental health emergency for all children in this country. So we don't know the exact numbers yet, but what we know is that the demand for service is significant, the need for what we do is significant, and what we also know is that as this pandemic abates, the anxiety, the depression, the isolation, all the things, the trauma, all the things that people have experienced in their lives will not just go away if the pandemic goes away. These issues will linger in lives perhaps for generations.
Absolutely. It's going to have some repercussions down the road.
So our goal is to be there and to provide the services as part of the St. Luke's network that people need.
Absolutely. And is there anything else you'd like to add about your partnership with VNA?
Well, again, I think that Diana said it beautifully. They have just been a very caring and giving partner to us and others, and they have made possible our ability to do things that typically there's no funding for.
Right.
So, you know, if they see a particular need or respond to an idea that we might have, they've been willing to provide funding to support that.
That's so neat. Certainly very unique services you're able to offer thanks to that partnership. Absolutely. It'd be very difficult to implement those without that as well. And so much of what St. Luke's Penn Foundation delivers is underfunded or unfunded, which is why your support is so critical. So please consider what you can do now to help St. Luke's Penn Foundation continue to meet the behavioral health needs of the community. As you heard from Wayne and Diana, there's increased demands for mental health and substance use treatment. Call the number on your screen right now with your donation, or you could also bid on items in the online auction at pennfoundation.org. And now we are going to enjoy another musical selection. Performing Fall Away, here's Terry Camilleri and TC3.
A mask every day, what I did and what I'd say. the mess. And when it falls away, all that's left is me. Nothing left to say, 'cause you get what you see when it all falls away. It all falls away from me, and I'm free. So here I am, let it be. Don't be concerned with what you think of me. I'll always love you every day. Drop the rules, I found my way. When it falls away, all that's left is me. Nothing left to say, 'cause you get what you see when it all falls away. It all falls away from me. Fall away, fall away, fall away, fall away, fall away from me. I'm
Wow, it was such a lovely performance. Thank you, Terry, for sharing your music with us. Now, here with me now in the studio again is Dale Westwood, chair of the Autumn Hope-A-Thon Committee. Dale, those phones ringing like crazy. As soon as I say your name, Dale, you must be good luck.
That happened last time, too.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
It's exciting hearing them and the volunteers talking.
Yeah, we like them to be busy.
Yes.
So keep them busy, keep calling. And give me a quick update. Where are we at now with fundraising?
Okay. We have secured the $5,000 match. We have secured $4,150.
Wow.
So keep the phones.
All right, let's get all the way to that full 5,000 match.
Get the
Should be
5,000,
great.
absolutely. Of course, we want to maximize the match, but our overall fundraising goal is $150,000. So right now, our new total is $112,300.
All
so we have a
right.
ways to go.
Okay, that's still great progress.
Oh, it
We
is.
love
It
that.
is.
So there's also something else going on at the same time right now. Besides just the live calling in, you can also bid on some wonderful auction items online. Tell us how to do that and give us some of the highlights.
Sure. You can take a look at our auction items at pennfoundation.org, and it's very easy. Pops up. You can just hit it, and we have over 50 amazing items. And some of the most popular ones right now are Eagles tickets, which were donated by QNB Bank, a Lancaster getaway, which was donated from various businesses in the Lancaster area. It includes an overnight stay at Churchtown. I think we just saw that.
Yeah, that was
Tickets to
beautiful.
Sight and Sounds David, which is in 2022, a $50 gift card to Shady Maple, and tickets to the Landis Valley Village and Farm Museum. Philly Pops tickets are also very popular right now. It's for their Star Wars performance, and that was donated by David and Lynn Fazio. A pair of custom bikes donated by Bike and Soul, and a desk chair donated by Knowles.
All right, that desk chair looks comfortable. I was eyeing that up when I was looking through these items earlier. That's awesome. All right, well, Dale, you are a volunteer for the St. Luke's Penn Foundation, and you just have a great energy about you. Talk to me about why you volunteer. You're a longtime volunteer too, right?
I am. Well, I think like many of our viewers, I've seen firsthand the impact that mental health challenges and drug and alcohol abuse has on a family and an individual. And I also know that how critical the healthcare provider is in their journey with healing. It's a very painful journey, and the healthcare provider is critical. And Penn Foundation does a really exceptional job with that. Our staff is caring and committed and dedicated to really help these folks get through this difficult time.
Absolutely, and this means so much to you that you actually joined the board now, right?
I did. I was asked to join late last year and joined in the beginning of 2021.
All right,
yes,
well, congratulations.
Thank you, I'm very thrilled. I was just saying to you, I'm very passionate about what we do at Penn's Foundation. I'm very proud to be a part of some amazing people that serve on the board.
Yeah, and you joined at a really exciting time too with this new partnership with St. Luke's. Talk to me about kind of how that's changed and what that looks like.
You know, I joined during the end of the partnership, but I think Dorothy and Wayne did an excellent job talking about the reasons, that type of thing. But what excites me about the partnership is that we have a common commitment to serving our communities. And to me, the partnership is very strong and we'll be able to help more people. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Absolutely, that is a perfect fulfillment of your goal. So Dale, thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. But in the meantime, please keep your donations coming to support St. Luke's Penn Foundation. The number to call is up on your screen right now. It is 610-841-4441. You could also go online to see the online auction. Let's take a quick break now to hear a few more messages from some of our sponsors.
8:35, please.
Oh, I forgot my wallet.
Been there before.
Thanks. How can I repay you?
You could pay next time. Save yourself the embarrassment. Link your Univest card to your mobile wallet.
Faith Christian Academy of Quakertown, PA has been blessed with exploding enrollment and needs teachers. If you are a follower of Christ and interested in furthering God's kingdom while working in a positive atmosphere with amazing students, email us at jointheteam@fcalines.com. Faith Christian Academy is adding 15 new positions, including upper elementary, IT support, middle school history, science, and more. Email jointheteam@fcalines.com. That's jointheteam@fcalines.com.
Upgrading equipment to meet our customer needs requires increased access to capital. Univest's local decision-making, partnership, and accelerated loan process allows us to explore our possibilities and grow. See what's possible.
Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
Introducing a revolutionary new way to bank and borrow.
Hello, I'm Deanna, your Video Advisor Network Associate, Vanna. Whatever field you're in, no matter how busy you are, we can connect face-to-face to help you meet your financial goals. Just tap and go.
Well, this is amazing.
By the way, what's the calf's name?
It's Vanna.
Vanna from American Heritage brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology. Come join American Heritage Credit Union today.
Up next is a video that highlights a partnership that you wouldn't normally think of, a behavioral health services provider and a barbershop. What started as a simple request from Penn Foundation to bring some men who are recovering from addiction to Modern Male Barbershop to get haircuts has now blossomed into a truly unique relationship. Beyond providing St. Luke's Penn Foundation's clients and staff haircuts, Modern Male is now a member of St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Employee Assistance Program. They've also provided mental health and addiction anti-stigma training for their barbers, helped with fundraising, and is a donor themselves. Modern Male Barbershop is committed to making the barber chair a safe space for everyone, making what may seem like just a haircut into something truly priceless. Let's watch.
Modern Male's mission
has aligned historically with barbershops. They've always been the central meeting place for men in the community to come and network, talk politics, weather, sports, and the ins and outs of the community that they're in. Our relationship started about 3.5 years ago, 2018. Ryan Schwager emailed our events coordinator at the barbershop and asked if we could do a class on grooming, basic grooming and hygiene for the clients at Penn Foundation. We offered to do free haircuts for the men as well, so we wanted to take it a step further.
I wasn't taking care of myself for a long time, and I felt really bad, and I'm bad about myself. In 2018, I went to rehab at Penn Foundation, and I got to go out and get a haircut. It was huge to me. It was a beginning.
When we're talking about servicing clients from the Penn Foundation, we're meeting them at a dark time, a very difficult time. When you are struggling with something in life, you tend to stop taking care of yourself. So hair's going all over the place and beard's looking unkempt.
The opportunity to get a haircut was just overwhelming that I wanted to get this haircut and get started on myself, taking care of myself.
I mean, we've done some really cool transformations. I mean, they're looking at themselves in the mirror. We're asking them questions. What do you want your hair to look like? Do you want your beard like this? Do you want it like that? Do you want it off? And then we spin them away from the mirror. We start cutting, and then they turn back, and they're a completely different person in the mirror. And the type of confidence that can instill in anybody, but especially when you're struggling with something, is huge. It's priceless.
When I went out, I felt welcomed at the shop. I met Vinny, and I'm usually very quiet and uptight. And when I got to the barbershop, they made me feel relaxed.
Penn Foundation came alongside of us and started to train our staff at our large meetings about addiction and mental health. So because we were now being educated on this, we could now see it, look for it. As we learned as a company what to look for amongst our community, we kind of started to take maybe like an inward look. The staff member that originally initiated all this said, hey, we have a program, an employee assistant program, the EAP, that you guys can sign up for, and it would give coverage to your entire staff, where they can go to the Penn Foundation and have services provided for them and meet them wherever they are in life and whatever they're struggling with.
Even today, when I go get a haircut, I feel really good. I feel socially, I feel connected, like I can connect, like I'm cleaned up, I'm looking good, and I'm feeling good about myself. It brings up my self-esteem. And to a guy like me, them things are so important. I feel like I feel like I fit in somewhere.
We want our clients to feel a part of something. So when they come in, we want them to feel a part of our barbershop. And then when they leave, we want them to feel a part of the community. Interacting with the men that came in, them sharing their stories with us, and just being so open and allowing the barber chair to be a safe place and have those intimate conversations was great for both parties, I truly believe.
Yeah, I think it's sort of priceless, It's what you get in return is unbelievable.
really is unbelievable. What a powerful partnership there. To hear how Penn Foundation has contributed to Modern Mail's business approach and how they care for their employees is inspiring. So thank you so much, Rob and Vinny, for sharing this partnership with us. Now, here again with me now is Wayne McGrower, the president of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. Now, Wayne, as I listen to these stories featuring your partners and clients, I'm really impressed by the deep relationships that are coming through in these. And they're not just common relationships and partnerships. What has made these possible?
These are really powerful stories. Yeah. And as you just heard, this is not just about a haircut. Right. This is about relationship and identity and self-esteem and dignity. And what was so wonderful about this relationship with Modern Mail is that they understood that. And as our relationship grew, they saw the importance of what they do to us, with us, and with our clients. And what a powerful story to hear from one of our clients who really talked and reflected about how much that meant to him. Yeah. To not be isolated, to be valued, and to be in a situation where he was respected and felt dignity again in his life.
Yeah, a safe space in the chair. I like how he said that too. A safe space in the chair, and for many of us, we've known that a barber chair has been that for many, many years. So in order to have a relationship, to think about this relationship that started so small and grew into something not only for them but for us, where we're providing these haircuts, but then we also begin to educate a community business about their role, about the importance of what they do, which they knew, innately they knew, and they were sensitive to. But I think what we did together was bring a new level of understanding. Right, and I'm sure the barbers, the barbers will then tell their family, they'll talk to their friends about it, about this partnership, and then just the word and the understanding will grow from there.
So we're in the process of looking at a similar program for the women that go through our recovery center as well, and we'll be talking about that, I'm sure, soon.
Right,
that would be wonderful. But it's great. It's great to know that these caring community members are out there, that they value our clients, their families, what we do together. They want to be part of it. And with Modern Mail, they've contributed to other programs. They've become real supporters of our organization in all ways. And as Vinny mentioned, they're EAP clients now as well, understanding that all of the issues that we deal with affect all of our businesses and all of our families.
Right, so EAP stands for Employee Assistance Program. Talk to me a little bit about what that program looks like and how it works.
Well, the EAP program was actually founded at Penn Foundation in 1980. For our 25th anniversary, it was decided that we needed to do some outreach programming and develop some new and innovative programs for our community. We wanted to work with the business community. That was a priority of Dr. Laux', and the decision was made to develop this thing called an employee assistance program, where essentially we contract with businesses, about 90 now, through the region, and we provide on-site training for their staff surrounding difficult issues that they may have in the workplace. And we recognize the fact that issues in the workplace and issues that sometimes happen at home spill into the workplace.
Right.
And what EAP does is provide a professional, limited time counseling service for those individuals who are members of the corporations that contract with us and their families. Usually it's 6 sessions, and if people need more than that, then we refer them to the appropriate Penn Foundation program. But typically these are situational adjustment related issues, and it's about prevention, it's about stepping in, and it's about making a difference.
Right, and it's free for the employee through the employer's partnership.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And for a very nominal amount of money on a per member per month basis, the sponsoring company pays for the service.
That's wonderful. All right, Wayne, thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit now about the opioid epidemic. Of course, this vision has kind of shifted off of that a little bit because of the pandemic, but the opioid epidemic is still very much alive. And in fact, I believe we just ran a news story the other day that 2020 had the highest number of overdose deaths. So it's very much still there and unfortunately still thriving.
It is, Melanie. And you know, at Penn Foundation and in our professional community, we've really talked about the fact that we were fighting a pandemic before the COVID-19 pandemic. And for the past year and a half, we've been, fighting both those pandemics at the same time, which has been an incredible challenge. But you're right. What's happened, during this time of isolation, during this time when people have not been willing to get treatment, if people are trying to work toward recovery, isolation and separation from supportive, nurturant friends and family, it's just not what we want. But isolation has been a way of life for us for the past year and a half. So what we've seen is that there's never been more demand. I mean, it's remarkable, the demand for the services that you and I already talked about. And to your point, the year before the COVID-19 pandemic, there were, I think, 78,000 overdoses, which is a remarkable number in this country. And this past year, there were 95,000. So this is not an issue, even though its prominence in the news has taken a backseat to what's been going on with COVID-19. This is not an issue that's gone away. And we see this issue as real as it ever was and as important as it's ever been.
Absolutely, if not more important.
If not more important.
All right, Wayne, thank you so much again. We appreciate it. And for more information about St. Luke's Penn Foundation's comprehensive drug and alcohol treatment services and its employee assistance program we were just talking about, please visit pennfoundation.org. Also, I have to mention that you could have an opportunity to experience the incredible work of the modern male for yourself by bidding on their mobile barbershop experience in the online auction. Check it out. There it is, a barbershop on wheels. Again, you can go to pennfoundation.org and look at all of the auction items and place your bid on that bus right there. That seems really cool. Well, Penn Foundation's programs and expertise in helping individuals and businesses is remarkable. Not every community can say that they have these services right in their backyard, helping individuals find hope, healing, and recovery. So here is where you come in. Penn Foundation needs your help. If you feel inspired to help people struggling with mental health or addiction challenges, please call the number on your screen with your compassionate gift. As you consider calling with support, please know that gifts can be made in memory of a loved one lost to addiction or perhaps in honor of someone living in recovery. Now, for our next performance, we have a little something different. Connected directly to the Recovery Center, this next video features another partnership that involves the arts. You're in for a treat as you listen to poetry written by individuals in drug and alcohol treatment at St. Luke's Penn Foundation. And this poetry was then illustrated by students in a collaborative project with Expressive Path, which is a nonprofit arts empowerment group in Norristown that partners with disadvantaged youth. Now, this artwork is featured as well, so let's take a look.
I'm Jonathan Eddings, and this is my poem. Each moment these days are precious, holding on to the smiles and laughter. Not wishing to be anywhere else, I accept my past, pray for my future, and live in the now. Every face which crosses my path, I see them as a child, innocent and carefree, playful and gentle, all the things I wish to be. Perfect is no longer the goal, just improvement and serenity. How I get there is a mystery. Something like a good book, unread yet, but nevertheless hard to put down. It's all in the journey.
Hi, I'm Liz, and I'm going to read my poem, The Light. Feeling small in a world where everyone is so big, you want to be their size. You cannot understand how they got to what they are. You try the same things to get that way. You are still small and hopelessly confused. You are empty. You are alone. You need to feel better. You search for a way to feel good, to fill that void. You search in all the wrong places. There is darkness where there needs to be light. The only light you see is one that does not last. There are shimmers of bright lights, little sparkles that shine at all the wrong times, disturbing your sleep and normal activities. You keep reaching for it over and over again, thinking that you like it. It only burns for short periods of time. You keep touching the sparkles because it makes you feel euphoric, better than you ever felt. You become captivated, infatuated, and obsessed with this feeling. It does not scar at first. Sometimes there are embers that turn into flames, social events where everyone is enjoying themselves. Sounds of laughter, joy, and celebrations fill the air, but the flames quickly fade into dull, depressing cinders. Hopelessness sinks deep into your soul again. There is no light, just emptiness, until the flame reignites quickly and makes you feel alive again. It tricks you into a life of false hope, love, and happiness, but fades just as quickly as it ignited. You feel something reaching for you, pulling towards you. You do not know how to grab it and are not sure if you want it. You are not sure if there is a way out. There might be a light, a sparkle there. Sometimes it makes you feel good, but always brings you back to the darkness again. Why does this happen to you? Others have sparkles too, but they do not get burned. So why do the sparkles burn you?
How beautiful, and that truly gave me chills. Now, I think the entertainment, the stories we've been hearing, and the impact St. Luke's Penn Foundation is making has inspired so many to give. So joining me now is Dorothy Week-Haynes. She's the board chair. Now, Dorothy, the poetry and art shared in that piece, it was so incredibly moving. I actually understand there was a third partner in the project as well.
Yes, there was a key partner also was the Woodmere Art Museum. What you saw in that video was just a few of the poems and the artwork. There were actually dozens that were part of the project, and it was turned into an exhibit at the museum. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, the exhibit couldn't take place. So we went to, as we've all learned to do over the last year and a half, we went to Plan B. And Plan B was to take all of those poems and artwork and put it into a book. And that book is available in our online auction today.
Oh, that's great. So people can actually buy that book,
yes,
well, bid on that book
and
today.
see these incredible stories that in words.
That's amazing. And quickly give us an update how we're doing with our fundraising so far.
We are so excited. Support is coming in and so grateful. We met the $5,000 match from Tina Luce, and our new total is $114,000.
All right, yay, that is great news.
Yes.
Now that means we do still have $36,000 more to go to reach our goal, again, of $150,000. Oh, somebody's gonna help us right now. Love hearing those phones again. So please give us a call. Any gift, whether it's large or small, it truly will make a meaningful difference. Please also continue to bid on those online auction items, including that book at pennfoundation.org. Now, also it is time for another partner story. And while we've heard about Penn Foundation joining St. Luke's University Health Network, did you know that one of its programs has made it possible for them to partner with 5 different local hospitals? So this is pretty unique. Tell us about it.
This is a story of collaboration. It's based in Bucks County and Montgomery counties. Okay. In Bucks County, it's called B Cares, and in Montgomery County, it's called the Warm Handoff Program. What it is certified recovery specialists who are individuals who are in recovery with lived experiences are placed in emergency rooms so that when someone comes into the emergency room who has survived an overdose, there is someone there who can think of the warm handoff. As the name suggests, they are there to bring them together with the hospital and to get them into a treatment program.
Wow, that's so neat. Which hospitals provide this?
We work with Jefferson Health's Abington Lansdale and their Abington campus, Doylestown Health, Grandview Health, and St. Luke's Upper Bucks campus.
All right, that is so wonderful, and hopefully something that you guys can grow, because that's a great program.
It's a great program.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much, Dot. And let's learn some more about this program and other opportunities that it's led to in our next partner video featuring Lane Turner, St. Luke's Network Substance Use Disorder Coordinator for Behavioral Health and Senior Care.
I think individuals are stronger walking together than walking alone. So the whole idea of a warm handoff is instead of giving an individual, or a patient in our case, a piece of paper with a phone number and an address and saying, leave, go get help. We're actually calling somebody and connecting that patient with a live person who's going to say, here, walk next to me as we go get help. It's that face-to-face, that warm touch, individualized process. BeCares is the name of the program that Penn Foundation runs that provides that warm handoff to our Upper Bucks campus. BeCares have come into our emergency department and not only worked in our emergency department when we were needing to connect those patients, but are also able to model recovery, are able to engage physicians, providers, nurses, and conversations on stigma. And we've created an 8-hour anti-stigma training. And the participants in that 8-hour training are really focused on our ED staff, so our ED providers, our ED nurse, our ED tech, and that will be the first round of this training. So the first 4 hours of that training is actually spent here on the Penn Foundation campus, and we get to work with your staff and learn things of motivational interviewing, stages of change, medication-assisted treatment. We expose the doctors to a more in-depth conversation with one of your certified recovery specialists. You take this same group and we walk over to your residential unit and we sit in a guided conversation with the residents that are here. That was hard for a lot of the ED staff to hear exactly how the patients viewed medicine and hospitals and how they have been traumatized or stigmatized when they've walked in. Because there's been a lack of eye contact or just not taking a second and asking them, what will it take to stop? We then go back to our Bethlehem campus and we go through patient-guided simulations where we have patient actors, standardized actors, who come in and portray some of these scenarios of what a patient would look like coming into the ED. But the team that was here, they try to put into place the things they learned that morning with the open-ended questioning, their body posture, and just acknowledging individuals where they're at. So our goal is, by the end of the year, all of our campuses, at least in the EDs, will have gone through this training. So it's really kind of got its way in, and then it has just grown and evolved into this beautiful partnership for our physicians, for our patients, but really it's more of that specific centered patient approach. St. Luke's has stepped back in the space and said, you know, the patients that are coming in intoxicated or obviously impacted by substance use disorder, those are easy to identify. But there is a whole patient population that has the underlying addiction or concern of medication misuse. So for every patient that comes into our emergency departments, we use a screening tool called an SPERT, and we look to really identify, patients. And once a patient is identified, we look to provide those brief interventions. And one of the interventions is that warm handoff. This CRS program is amazing. An individual, once they're in recovery, in a minimum of 18 months, they're able to go through the Pennsylvania State Board certification program and actually take a training course on how to become a certified recovery specialist. At the end, they pass the test. So it's a very legitimate process. Most of our insurance companies actually funded a supplemental because they actually are now seeing the value of what it's like to have somebody with that lived experience partner with a patient. It's a very unique process because individuals in the throes of addiction through the changes in their brain chemistry or just through survival have developed potentially manipulated skills, codependency skills, and a certified recovery specialist can come in and they could kind of call you out on it and say, I've been there, you need to stop. Let's regroup, let's think about this. I was in that bed, I was in that jail cell. I've been to where you are, so we're not gonna dance around the issue, but let's really talk. But I'm going to get you to where you need to go. It's not a clinical service, which I think is one of the most amazing things about it. The true value of that certified recovery specialist is the relationship. And I think that's one of the main things that we have missed the mark on over these years is the value and the power that relationship building has, especially with the patients and the population we're serving. I've heard that it doesn't really matter what you know, it's how you portray it. And I think that's very true, that if you can create that relationship with somebody and make them feel peaceful, at ease, but also instill hope and joy, and understanding. It really begins to change the impact of a patient. And that's where I really applaud Penn Foundation, and they were probably the first agency to use certified recovery specialists in a hospital setting across the state. Most of them were case managers that were employed. And at first you look at it and said, well, we really want to do certified recovery specialists? And yeah, you stuck with it. And I think that was amazing, because I think you were able to create a sense of legitimacy to who they are as individuals, to the strength that they bring. And I think if you ever tried to separate them out of Upper Bucks, you'd have an uprising, because they are really part of that family. And what we've been able to learn from just them kind of like breaking that barrier and being able to now take the Penn Foundation model and being able to replicate it at other campuses, and we're starting to see the same results. And so, pioneers, trendsetters in that, it's been pretty awesome.
Oh, what an incredible program to help individuals who are clearly at their darkest time. I'm joined once again by Wayne McGrower, president of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. Now, Wayne, it really struck me when Lane said it doesn't matter what you know, it's how you portray it. Now, we know that there's an ongoing struggle to remove stigma from mental health and substance use disorders as well. Talk to me a little bit about stigma.
Well, one of the things that I've always said to staff throughout my career is no one wants to be ill and no one chooses their illness. So there's been a stigma associated with behavioral health and substance use disorder for most of my career. I think it's getting better now, and the kinds of discussions that we're having as part of the St. Luke's system, I think are really very positive in erasing stigma. But at the end of the day, behavioral health and substance use disorder has traditionally spoken a very different language than physical medicine. And frankly, our ability to care for people through a lifetime of illness, which is, often with serious and persistent illness or substance use disorder, it's what we're experiencing. It's really no different than chronic disease management in the physical health realm.
Just different realm.
Just a different illness, a different diagnosis.
And talk to me a little bit about some of the outcomes for this new program that we just featured.
Well, I think the outcomes, you've heard the power of partnership throughout this discussion today. I think the outcomes are quantifiable in that recovery is possible, recovery happens, and by involving people who have lived experience, our CRS staff, our remarkable staff, with medical professionals who perhaps historically may not have understood or have been focused on different things relative to people's care, especially in emergent situations like EDs. The ability to work as a team and to really identify people's issues holistically is what we're talking about here, and it works.
Absolutely. Talk to me about what else is new within the past year since we did our last Hope-A-Thon and with the St. Luke's partnership.
Well, with the St. Luke's partnership, specifically with regard to substance use disorders, we had a rather robust continuum of care. The part of the care continuum we were missing is one that St. Luke's recently opened, which was an acute medical detox at Sacred Heart Hospital. So the beauty of the combined service is now we can provide care for people throughout their illness, regardless of the level of care they need. And all of that care will be connected through the same clinical experience and the same, ultimately, clinicians. And I think that that's something else people want in all of their health care. They want their health care providers to be connected.
Right.
They don't want to tell their story over and over again. They don't want to feel like they are managing their care. They want to feel that there's a team.
Right, and that team is going to make that care so much easier for the
Absolutely.
patient who already has enough other things to worry about.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
So that, Lane mentioned medical assisted treatment. We've been doing a lot of that. We've been working with ED physicians. We've been working with family practitioners. And this coming year, we're going to be expanding our mobile engagement service to all of Bucks County. And that's a service that really reaches out to people who are in pretty significant distress with regard to their addiction. And with our Center of Excellence, make sure that they get into treatment and get access to the care they need.
Absolutely. I love seeing what's next for you guys. You guys are always on the cutting edge. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Wayne. I'm continually amazed by the robust offerings that Penn Foundation has to meet people where they are and help them recover. To ensure access to these incredible services, St. Luke's Penn Foundation needs your help. Please take a minute to call with your support or go online to bid in the auction. By making a gift, you are helping St. Luke's Penn Foundation carry out its mission of instilling hope, inspiring change, and building community. And now, before we hear some messages from our sponsors, let's take a look at the businesses and individuals who have generously stepped up and already offered their support through the Hope-A-Thon. As a reminder, your donations will directly support St. Luke's Penn Foundation's 25 mental health and substance use treatment programs. Keep those phones ringing. As you view our list of supporters, we hope that you'll enjoy another performance by Carol Walker. This time, she is performing Johann Sebastian Bach's Cello Suite No. 1, arranged for the mountain dulcimer.
We live here, and we know what stories matter to you.
We live here, and we know that when severe weather is coming, you need to be prepared.
Our reporters cover your local news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And with cutting-edge technology at our fingertips, the 69 News Storm Center team keeps you informed on 69 News and everywhere you go on WFMZ.com and our family of apps.
We live here, we forecast here. We live here, we report here.
69 News.
Before I found Bergey's, it was dealership to dealership, getting the typical, wait, let me go ask my boss, let's see what we can do. Stumbled across Bergey's. The first time, it was awesome. It was very relaxing. I didn't feel any pressure.
I was very comfortable, very satisfied, and very happy with the service that I received and the quality vehicle that I got for the best price in the area.
My family has bought 15 cars from Bergey's, and we have never had a problem. And that's not a lie.
Yeah. No, that's the truth, though. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
Welcome back. It is time for us to check in now again with Dale Westwood. She's the chair of the Autumn Hope-A-Thon Committee to see where we are on our fundraising total. So what's our number up to now?
Okay, we're making progress. We're up to $117,250.
Yay, that's wonderful. And I hear those phones ringing right now as we're here live. So the total is going up as we watch and witness it. That's wonderful. The online auction is also going on right now. Tell us what we're up to there.
Okay, there's still a lot of great items up there. So far, our bid totals is $10,421. which takes us up for a grand total of $127,671.
All right, we are getting closer.
We
Again, the
are.
goal is $150,000. I'm not good at math, so I'm not going to try to do it that quickly. What is that, 23,000 or so?
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
I'm looking at that.
All right, and I know, and the phones are ringing right now, so it's just wonderful. Again, 150,000 is the goal. So let's talk some more about those online auction items that we have. Share with us, we just heard that Mountain Dulcimer song.
Right.
There's actually something related to that up for auction.
Yes, we have a beautiful instrument, a dulcimer, handcrafted by Gerald Heinrich, who is a wood crafter from Colmar, Montgomery County. And during COVID, he started making dulcimers. And what's really exciting is he actually had a meeting with Martin Guitar recently because they are interested in a few of his showcase pieces.
Wow.
And the one in the auction is actually the third one he's built.
Oh my goodness, that is so neat. If he ends up doing anything with Martin Guitar, that could be worth a lot of money, not just a cool piece to have and to play.
Right.
That is incredible. So there's also some experience type things that are available and up for an auction, and obviously a little different than last year. We're able to get out and do a little more now.
Right. So we have something for just about everyone. We have for family time, we have a basket of all kinds of games. We've got a fire pit with roasting sticks and a gift card to purchase your own hot dogs and s'mores fixings. We also have a package for the Elmwood Park Zoo, of course the Eagles tickets, and golf packages. We also, for those of you who want a local getaway, we have an overnight spa package up at Bear Creek Resort, a Lancaster getaway that I spoke about before, and dinner at the Washington House, followed by an overnight stay in their tower suite. Wow. And if that's not enough, there's a really unique experience too, like a private lunch and tour for 4 at the West End Fire Company in Quakertown.
Wow, that is so neat. I've got 2 boys at home, and they're actually both going to be firefighters for Halloween.
Okay.
So might have to text my husband, tell him to get on that. Go check it out. That'd be really cool to have lunch there and a private tour. That's awesome. All right, Dale, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And a reminder that time is running out. The online auction will be closing at 5:45. So if you haven't registered to bid yet, it's really simple. Just go to pennfoundation.org. And for those bidding, keep checking your bids to make sure that you get your favorite items. You don't want to be outbid on there. All right, now we're going to move along to our next performance. I'm ready for one for sure. And I know how much we enjoyed Terry Calamari's first performance with her group TC3. So together again now, performing their original work, Don't Forget I Love You. Let's listen to the beautiful music of Terry and Jim Splain on backup vocals and guitar, Joe Kopsick on the ukulele, and Elsa Haley on the violin.
my smile. Don't forget, I love you always and from the very start. Don't forget, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Remember playing catch in the yard, how we used to sing in the car, Christmas morning and bedtime stories and summers at the sea. Don't forget, I love you always and from the very start. Don't forget, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Daddy loved you. Don't forget, I love you.
What amazing talent there, and a great message about love, don't forget. We are also so thankful to our talented performers who contributed to tonight's event. While many musicians are not able to perform live right now, they were willing to gather to make the time to share their music with us. So thank you very much. Now let's get to our final client story. This story features Jenny, a member of St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Wellspring Clubhouse, and Melissa, the Vice President of Human Resources at Penn Community Bank. These two met through Wellspring Clubhouse's Transitional Employment Program, or TE program. Now, through the TE program, Wellspring Clubhouse teams up with local businesses in the community to provide temporary, part-time employee for its members. The relationship between St. Luke's Penn Foundation and Penn Community Bank is a shining example of how a service provider and a local employer can come together to support community members in recovery. For over 10 years now, they've worked together to provide a safe and supportive workplace environment for several individuals, giving them the opportunity to learn invaluable skills and to gain confidence. What Penn Community Bank receives in return is also invaluable. It's the ability to instill a culture of understanding and compassion in the workplace. Let's take a look.
Wellspring's temporary employment program is a psychosocial rehabilitation program that is community support to individuals in the community who suffer from mental illness. And it provides temporary employment to different employers in the area who want to partake in the program. Staff from Wellsprings will come on board to the employer and actually train the staff side by side to give them the real world life experience in employment. And then from there, they become part of our team, and they're with us for 6 to 9 months.
I guess I was in a dark place. I was not very confident. I was not very, assertive. I was not able to do things on a daily basis. I needed a little push to get up, to go. And with Wellspring and the community at Wellspring, it kind of gives you a purpose to kind of get up and, just take care of yourself.
Well, my hope is that the benefit we provide them is a safe, healthy employment environment that allows them to take the skills they already have, but bring them out and let them blossom and grow and build their confidence so that someday they can walk away and find a permanent part-time position.
Some of the tasks that I did at Penn Community Bank was greet vendors, greet clients, and kind of email the department that they needed to be connected to.
Right, you went from working the front desk to helping facilities.
Yeah.
You know, stocking the different areas for people so that other departments weren't running low on the gloves that we needed or the sanitizers and that type of thing.
Mhm.
So she was very helpful with that.
Working at Penn Community Bank also boosted my confidence and kind of like made me more assertive, not really aggressive. Because if you ask anyone who knew me, I was more aggressive, or I was like very quiet and I kept things inside. But I got assertive and, you know, confident. I regained the confidence I needed.
She was shy coming in, a little unsure of herself, but she was starting to pick it up and open up and be more friendly when other team members would come in or when vendors would come in. You could see that she was growing in her confidence and having conversations. Well, the benefits it has been for Penn Community Bank with this partnership has been we're able to work and provide this type of service to Wellsprings Clubhouse, as well as receive the service from them, which is helping us to remove that stigma of mental health. Penn Community Bank has grown in the fact that this program is a way for us to support and help individuals within our community, right, rebuild their lives. It's such a worthwhile program. I highly recommend it.
Sometimes you just need, you know, someone to lean on. For me, it's Wellspring. It's made me realize it's okay to not only be a person with mental illness, but it's okay that some days you're going to have depression or going to have anxiety. But I also came to the realization that sometimes you have to come out of that shell, out of like bed or under the blankets, to face life, to kind of be you, and to continue what I call and what a lot of people call recovery.
Listening to their stories and hearing their stories has been so priceless, because the journey that she has been on and how she has grown has been amazing. And to see the struggles and the hurdles that she had to adjust to get to where she is now, I'm so proud of her. And I'm glad and grateful that Penn Community Bank had the opportunity to participate in that.
Well, thank you so much, Jenny and Melissa, for sharing this incredible partnership with us. Jenny, your courage to step out of your comfort zone has certainly helped you reclaim your life. Congratulations on the success that you are finding in recovery. I truly think that your story will help inspire many others who are struggling and needing that push that you talked about to seek help. Joining me again in the studio is Wayne McGrower, president of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. So Wayne, talk to us a little bit about Wellspring Clubhouse.
Well, it's hard to tell the story any better than that, Melanie. You know, I think what you saw there is, again, the power of community, the power of connection, the power of recognizing the fact that people with mental illness deserve the same dignity and support and respect as anyone else in our community. And at the Wellspring Clubhouse, a model based on the Fountain House model that was developed back in the late 1940s, 1948, for people who had serious mental illness, to give people a place where they could have, these are members actually, the way the clubhouse works is we work around a work order day, and the people who participate in the clubhouse actually run the clubhouse.
Oh.
So it is their clubhouse, and they are involved in the administration of the clubhouse and the management of the clubhouse with our professional staff. And really what it does is create a place for socialization, create a safe place. We talked about the safe place, the barber chair. This is a safe place to go to connect with people who understand, who walk your journey, and to help you gain confidence, to have a full and rich life.
Absolutely.
Whether it's volunteering or working as a TEP or just developing some of your daily skills.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to get involved in the Wellspring Clubhouse, how can they connect?
Well, they can call directly, and I wrote the number down, so I got it correct. It's 215-257-4760.
All right.
And we'd be happy, the staff there would be happy to talk to anyone who would be interested.
Absolutely, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing that number. Of course, it's on Penn Foundation's website as well,
of course,
if you missed it really quickly. So let's move along now to our next performance, and we have something a little different for you this time. Greg Hurley, the artistic director of Hurley in Motion and associate professor of dance at Messiah University, will perform a duet with one of his students, Michaela Garrett. So we hope you enjoy Prayer for the Oppressed.
Hebrews 4:16. So let us come boldly to the very throne of God and stay there to receive his mercy, to find grace, and to help us in our times of need.
Well, that was a powerful and moving performance with an inspirational scripture at the end. Now we bring Wayne back in, and I understand that Greg and his wife, Susan Hurley, are going to be dancing in an event later on this year, hosted by St. Luke's Penn Foundation. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, it's on December 2nd. The title of the event is Grief as a Dancer, based on the memoirs of Alyssa Bear. And really the concept behind this, Melanie, is that every year, it's been difficult this year, but somehow we were still able to develop and offer 75 programs to the community. Wow. Every year we try to develop a program or two that really speaks to the issues that our community is feeling. Mm-hmm. And in this past year, without question, I think as individuals, as an organization, as a community, as a nation, we felt a profound sense of loss. And one of the things that you'll see in a moment is a brief introduction to this program, which will really be focused on having a conversation in an artistic way about that loss.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah, let's take a look now.
Grief is one of those life experiences we're guaranteed to have, but we try hard to avoid. But unresolved grief can damage the human soul and have rippling effects in families, communities, and nations. Our attention deficit culture doesn't help, pushing us from one thing to the next so fast we strip each other of the good grieving that nourishes our humanity. Grief as a Dancer is not only a book, but also a program, a collaboration of word, music, and dance, created to be the axe that cuts through the ice of what Kafka describes as the frozen sea inside of us. Most people are surprised at how much grief they hold inside until someone gives them a place to help them release it. We've seen a lot of tears in our programs, which let us know that grief is moving as it should.
That certainly looks to be a great program. For more information, please visit pennfoundation.org. Now we're approaching the end of our show, and we still have some money to raise. So please take these next few minutes to check your final bids in the online auction. Again, that closes at 5:45, and I hear the phones ringing. Everybody knows it looks like we have just over 20 minutes left in our program, so make sure that you get those calls in to help support Penn Foundation's and its 25 different programs. The number that you can call is on your screen right now, 610-841-4441, or go to pennfoundation.org. And when we come back, we will get an update on our auction, learn our grand total raised tonight, and we'll also hear some closing remarks from Wayne, Dorothy, and Dale. Stay with us.
Honey, did you find your debit card?
Nope. Disabled it.
Did you deposit my check?
I sure did.
And transfer money to Abby?
Done.
Wow.
Stay connected with the Univest app, because we could all use a little more wow.
This year at Faith Christian Academy, we have been allowed to grow and to have vision of what this place is going to look like in the next 5 to 10 years. And families donating and families coming in wanting to know what we're doing differently. They just want to change. They want something, and we are different. We're not your typical Christian school. We're not your typical private school. We are a school that wants to shed God's grace on everyone that steps in our door.
And turn down the TV. Oh shoot, forgot to pay the cable bill. Alexa, pay cable bill.
Paying cable bill. Voice paying your bills from your Univest account using Quick Pay is easy. As for the kids, that's another story.
Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
For over 70 years, American Heritage Associates have been bringing personalized financial solutions to our members. I'm proud to introduce our newest associate, Vanna.
I'm Paige, your Vanna video advisor. We can connect face-to-face, wherever you are, no matter how busy you are, for a revolutionary way to achieve your financial goals. How can I help you today?
Vanna brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology, banking and borrowing your way. Join American Heritage today.
Welcome back once again. We've learned so much during this broadcast about St. Luke's Penn Foundation. I hope that everyone watching has been inspired to offer support. And if you haven't yet called in your donation, please do so. There is still time. All of our volunteers are still taking phone calls over there. The phone number is 610-841-4441. Any amount that you can donate will make a difference in the lives of our neighbors and our loved ones. Our volunteers are working the phones, as you just saw, and they keep ringing. This makes me so happy to hear that. They're ready to hear from you as you reach out to offer the gift of hope today. Now, joining me in the studio again, all together now, we've got Wayne, Dorothy, and Dale. And Dale, let's start out with you for a quick check-in on how much money we've raised so far.
Okay, through our sponsors and call-in support, we're at $134,250. But everyone still has time to call in. And just a little reminder that the auction closes at 5:45.
Yes, 5:45. Time is ticking. Looks like we have about 5 more minutes for the online auction. So go make sure you don't get outbid right now. All right, Wayne, let's talk a little bit more about the partnership between St. Luke's and the Penn Foundation. You guys gained a new name this year. So talk to us about that.
Well, as we've been talking, the opportunity exists to do things that probably neither of us could have done independently. A great example of that is actually we submitted an application to obtain a federal grant to develop a certified community behavioral health care center. Certainly we could never have submitted that grant without St. Luke's, and I think the services, the outpatient services that we offer at Penn Foundation contributed to our ability to obtain that grant. And we actually received word of that within a couple of weeks of our merger. And it's a 2-year, $4 million grant that allows us to connect behavioral health and substance use disorder services with all of the services that exist within a physical health acute care medical system.
Oh, that's
so
incredible.
We're very excited about that, and we think it's really symbolic of what's to come.
Right, that's a huge grant.
It's a huge grant.
Yeah, and speaking of what's to come, talk to me a little bit about the future and what are you guys looking to do?
I just was part of what's so exciting is we are now starting to envision what life as part of St. Luke's can be. And part of it is looking at our legacy of 66 years of what we do on the ground here in Sellersville, and an opportunity to take that and say there are so many people, the whole community in Sellersville, Upper Bucks, but also the Lehigh Valley, to say, okay, let's leverage what St. Luke's strengths are and what Penn Foundation's strengths are, so that we can present a continuum of care to whoever needs it. We are so excited that we have people who understand and thoroughly just want to jump in with both feet to say, let's do this and let's help people who need the help.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. A lot of opportunities
Absolutely.
ahead. Of course, there obviously are challenges ahead. Wayne, talk to me a little bit about what you see as challenges that you're going to face down the road.
Well, I think some of the challenges have to do with the amount of care that I think our community is going to need and is going to expect us to provide. Healthcare is like any other business right now from the perspective of we're really struggling to have enough staff to provide the services that we have. We're doing everything we can to not only recruit very talented staff, but also to retain them. So we're very concerned about staffing going forward because, as you and I have discussed today, as the pandemic abates, we believe that the demand for service and the need for service will just escalate to levels that we've never experienced. So we want to be sure that our programs are prepared for that and that we're there to care for this community as we always have been. The partnership with St. Luke's allows for that.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit not just about staff, but about volunteers as well, because Dale, you are a volunteer. Yes. How can people volunteer and get involved, and what are some of the opportunities out there for them?
Well, we would love to have more volunteers. We would love to have more volunteers, not just for the committee, for the Hope-A-Thon committee, but also for other St. Luke Penn Foundation initiatives. All they have to do is call the main number and ask for the advancement department, and we will get you connected.
Awesome. What types of things can volunteers do? If you say, I don't know if I could help them, what types of volunteers are you looking for?
Well, for the committee, it's as I mentioned before, being very creative, come up with ideas, visit businesses and ask for their support, secure auction items. When I drop in at the Penn Foundation, I see people stuffing envelopes. I see people just helping wherever's needed. So really, whatever you'd like to do, we probably could find.
The world is your oyster.
That is, we could find some place to. We could use your help.
Yeah, put you to work.
Put you to work.
All right,
yeah.
Dale, thank you so much. Now, before we wrap things up and share our grand total, let's hear a final message from our Partner in Hope sponsors. And while we take this break, please keep those phones ringing. Call 610-841-4441.
835, please.
Oh, I forgot my wallet.
Been there before.
Thanks. How can I repay you?
You could pay next time. Save yourself the embarrassment. Link your Univest card to your mobile wallet.
Before I found Bergey's, it was dealership to dealership, getting the typical, wait, let me go ask my boss, let's see what we can do. Stumbled across Bergey's. The first time, it was awesome. It was very relaxing. I didn't feel any pressure.
I was very comfortable, very satisfied, and very happy with the service that I received and the quality vehicle that I got for the best price in the area.
My family has bought 15 cars from Bergey's, and we have never had a problem. And that's not a lie.
Yeah. No, that's the truth, though. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Faith is that it's small and everyone's nice and polite, and I get along with almost everyone in the school.
My favorite thing about Faith Christian Academy is the encouraging Christian staff and the biblical principles that are taught here that encourage the students to do their best and live their life for Christ.
My favorite thing about Faith is the amount of freedom that we have about talking about God and learning about Him and what He's done for us.
At 4 p.m., Jim and Melanie are connected to what's happening in your neighborhood. 69 News at 4 is everywhere you go. Dan Skeldon and Kelly McGlynn have your accurate neighborhood forecast. Julia Rose has what's trending in our area and on social media. Trust the 69 News team to bring you a first look at the bigger stories of the day. It's a different show. It's a different attitude. It's 69 News at 4 p.m.
Upgrading equipment to meet our customer needs requires increased access to capital. Univest's local decision-making, partnership, and accelerated loan process allows us to explore our possibilities and grow. See what's possible.
Welcome back again. We have a few minutes left now, and joining me again in the studio to close out the program are Wayne, Dot, and Dale. Now, Wayne, this has been another great Hope-A-Thon. I was so honored to be involved again, and I just feel like I learn something new every year, and you guys always have something new going on, which is wonderful. So how do you feel about tonight's event so far?
Well, thank you again. I mean, your involvement, the involvement of the station, our volunteers, our community, it's so rewarding to know that this is meaningful to people, and we're so incredibly appreciative. I think it's been a wonderful evening, and even though this is our major fundraiser every year, equally important to that is the fact that we have an opportunity to talk to our community and to share with our community the work that's done. We have a heroic staff. St. Luke's has a heroic staff. The work that we're going to do on behalf of this community, I think, will be wonderful. I want to appreciate that and acknowledge that. But the education that we do and have done in the last 2 hours, thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. We're proud to partner and help get the message out there as well. And Dot, any feelings on tonight and anything you'd like to get out?
To piggyback on what Wayne was saying, I love the opportunity that we have here because it's an opportunity to tell stories that people don't always hear. People may think they know what Penn Foundation does, but what Penn Foundation does is so much broader than that. And so that, like Wayne said, we have people that you just call us. You have a need and we will do what we can to help you, and we love that we could highlight even down to some of the artists that worked with us, the Modern Mail. These are people who see the value in what we do and see the need in the community. And we would be lost without all of them.
Yeah, it truly is valuable. And let's talk a little bit about mental health and stigma, because this past year, we've really broken some barriers with celebrities and athletes coming out and speaking very candidly about mental health. I mean, you look back at the Olympics and Simone Biles. So I don't know, Wayne or Dottie, whoever wants to jump in. I mean, where do we begin with this? Has this opened new doors for other people to seek help and break the stigma?
Absolutely. It certainly has, because as we know, as we've discussed today, these issues are very commonplace in our community, among our families, among our friends. And one of the things that we're hoping to do is dismiss the stigma. Again, no one chooses to be ill. No one chooses their illness. So through the services, through the support, through the honesty and the openness of people who have stepped forward to say, you know, this is okay. There is treatment. Treatment works. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. There's no stigma that should be associated with this.
And Dot, most recently, we're talking about Lane Johnson from the Eagles.
Yes.
He came out and he missed a few games, and he was very honest about his experiences as well.
My husband is a huge Eagles fan, and you know, there was some mystery about where is Lane Johnson, and he said, I am so impressed by Lane Johnson to talk about this is real. Everybody can relate to this, you know, whether it's a small thing you have anxiety about or whether it's a big thing. And so to be able to have the freedom to say, let's talk about this, reach out to somebody who can help you. We're taking the first steps that we all need to get to be real and to be the people we need to be.
Yeah, and the first step is often the hardest. So if somebody is watching this program at home tonight saying, you know, I've been struggling for a little while, where do I start? Where do they get connected with the St. Luke's Penn Foundation?
Well, they can certainly call Penn Foundation, 215-257-6551. I think that there are a number of places they can reach out, certainly to any trusted family, a pastor, clergy, close friends, family, physician.
Wonderful.
There are people there to help.
Yeah, lots of places to start. So this indeed has been a great event, and I hope that Penn Foundation continues to see increased support in the days and weeks to come. So Dale, do we have a drum roll? Do we have a final total of what we've raised?
I do have a final, and we are right now, because you can still be donating, even after the event, $138,067.
All right, wonderful. So about $12,000 shy, but again, you can keep donating.
Keep donating.
Yes, that is just so wonderful. Incredible amount of money that we have raised here tonight. And thank you so much for everybody at home for your generous donations and supporting the St. Luke's Penn Foundation. Now, would you guys like to share any final thoughts this evening? Wayne, we'll start with you.
Well, final thoughts, as the pandemic abates, there's going to be a lot of work to do, and our community and our families, our friends, our workmates are going to need a lot of support. And I think that, as we've discussed today, Melanie, the issues that we've dealt with in the last year and a half are not going to go away the minute the infection goes away. These are issues that we're going to be dealing with for years and perhaps generations. So be kind, be thoughtful, look to your friends and to your colleagues and do whatever you can to support them through whatever challenges they're facing, because there is support and help out there, and St. Luke's Penn Foundation is part of that.
Absolutely. And Dot, do you have any final thoughts?
I do. I wanted to say thank you to WFMZ for all that you have done. This has been a fantastic experience. Penn Foundation is so thankful for everything, but we're also very thankful to all of our supporters and people that have been with us since, you know, for 66 years. This is an opportunity to see that we're still here, we are still Penn Foundation, we're part of a great new opportunity, and stay with us and wait to see great things that we're going to do.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's next. And Dale, do you have any parting thoughts for us this evening?
I do. First of all, I want to thank our amazing committee and just let them know how much we all so appreciate all their hard work all year long. And they're such a dedicated, fun group. And to our volunteers taking the calls tonight, thank you so much. And I just want to piggyback on Wayne on staff. You know, St. Luke Penn Foundation, the difference between us and other providers is the staff. And their caring, compassion, really dedication to the work that we do. So thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much, Dale, Dot, and Wayne, for being here with us this evening. And just because the Hope-A-Thon is coming to an end doesn't mean the support for Penn Foundation has to. If you weren't able to call in tonight, please go online to pennfoundation.org to make a donation. Gifts can also be made throughout the year at any point in time by calling St. Luke's Penn Foundation or by giving online, again, at pennfoundation.org. One-time gifts can be made, or donors can also schedule recurring donations. So as you learned tonight, your contribution has a direct impact on the programs St. Luke's Penn Foundation provides to this community. You can make a difference in someone's life, and you can improve the mental health of our community. Thank you to all of our sponsors and contributors this evening. We hope that you've been inspired and entertained. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Have a great night.
Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.